The contract is broken, but the entity is not gone. It will always lurk in the shadows of this world, seeking another doorway. Be cautious of what you see in reflections. Vivian. Not all things belong in our world. I will prepare you for the final battle. You must be courageous. The end will not come easy.
Vivian left the spiritualist's residence feeling the weight of her final task. The silver mirror the vendor had given her felt cold in her hands, and the words of the spiritualist echoed in her mind, "Be cautious of what you see in reflections. Not all things belong in our world." She knew she had no choice but to face the creature head-on, to send it back to where it came from. But fear gnawed at her heart. What if she wasn't strong enough? That night, Vivian sat in her small, dimly lit room, staring at the silver mirror. She could feel the presence of the entity, lurking just beyond the thin veil of reality. The air felt thick with tension, as if the creature was waiting for her to make a move. Taking a deep breath, she gazed into the silver mirror. At first, she saw nothing but her own pale reflection, her tired eyes staring back at her. Then, slowly, the image shifted. The outline of the creature appeared, faint and shadowy, its red eyes glowing with malice. Vivian stood up, clutching the mirror. The creature was here, in her world, and she could feel it drawing closer. She stepped outside, into the cool night air, and followed the trail of its presence. It led her to the edge of the market, where the buildings loomed like silent sentinels under the moonlight. As she walked, the silver mirror in her hand grew warmer, pulsing with a strange energy. She knew the creature was near. Her breath quickened as she reached an old, abandoned warehouse, its doors creaking open as if beckoning her inside. Steeling herself, Vivian entered the warehouse. The air inside was thick with dust and the scent of decay. Shadows danced across the walls, and she could hear the faint, eerie whispers that had haunted her since she first bought the cursed mirror. In the center of the room stood the creature, fully visible now. It was taller and more terrifying than before, its body a grotesque mass of twisted limbs and dark, writhing smoke. Its red eyes fixed on her, burning with hatred. Vivian raised the silver mirror, and the creature let out a low growl. It knew what she had come to do. Without warning, the creature lunged at her. Vivian dodged to the side, her heart racing. The spiritualist's pouch began to glow faintly in her bag, and she grabbed a handful of the herbs, throwing them into the air. The room filled with the pungent smoke, and the creature recoiled, momentarily weakened. But it wasn't enough. The creature roared, slashing at her with its clawed hands, and Vivian barely managed to escape its grasp. She held the silver mirror up again, and this time, she saw the creature's true form, a monstrous being of pure darkness, writhing and desperate to escape. The mirror began to glow, pulling the creature's essence towards it. But the creature fought back, its form twisting and contorting as it tried to resist. Vivian's hands shook as she struggled to hold the mirror steady. The creature was too strong. Suddenly, the vendor's words came back to her, "You must return what was taken." She realized then what she had to do. The mirror had been a gateway, a portal that allowed the creature into her world. But now, it could be the key to sending it back. Vivian turned the mirror towards herself, feeling the pull of its power. "I return what was taken," she cried, her voice shaking with both fear and resolve. The mirror's glow intensified, and the creature let out an ear-piercing scream as it was drawn towards the portal. Its body twisted and dissolved into black smoke, vanishing into the silver mirror. Vivian felt a rush of cold air, and then, silence. It was over. Exhausted and trembling, Vivian collapsed to the ground. The silver mirror lay beside her, its surface dull and lifeless. The creature was gone, trapped once more behind the veil of the other world. The next morning, Vivian returned to the spiritualist, handing her the silver mirror. The old woman examined it carefully, nodding in approval.
"You have done well," as she said softly. "The creature has been sent back. But remember, Vivian, the mirror was only one of many doorways. Be vigilant, for there will always be those who seek to open them."
Vivian nodded, feeling a sense of peace for the first time in weeks. The nightmare was over, but she knew the spiritualist was right. The world was full of unseen dangers, lurking just beyond the surface of reality. But now, she was no longer afraid. She had faced the darkness and survived. As she walked away from the spiritualist's home, Vivian glanced at her reflection in a nearby window. For a brief moment, she thought she saw a shadow move behind her. But when she looked again, it was gone. The curse was broken. But some doors, once opened, are never truly closed. And with that, Vivian disappeared into the crowded streets of Otungo Market, ready to rebuild her life, but forever changed.
Thanks for watching. Please encourage me by hitting the like and subscribe button. And don't forget to smash that notification bell, so you'll be the first to know when I drop something new. It will also be nice to hear from you on the comment section of this channel.